Hello, my name is David Rivera. I'm an English teacher. This will be a demo for eighth grade English. My objective is students will be able to cite evidence to support analysis of text, explain why text evidence is important in writing and discussions. The standard is RL 8.1, citing text evidence that supports analysis of what the text says. So my agenda is to go over the purpose for reading. For today would be to cite evidence, and in a regular teaching session, bring in the ideas of culture and identity. The text is uh, Nombres by Julia Alvarez. I'll be going over a think aloud on this demo lesson. So you'll see that I have three paragraphs here. This is taken from the text Nombres by Julia Alvarez. And during my think aloud, I'll read paragraph one. And my thinking is here, I will do the gradual release model. I'll go over paragraph one. Paragraphs two and three are for guided practice. I'll read paragraph one to give you an idea, and I'll share my thinking for citing text evidence for this activity. When we arrived in New York City, our names changed almost immediately. At immigration, the officer asked my father, Mr. Elbores, if he had anything to declare. My father shook his head no, and we were waved through. I was too afraid we wouldn't be let in if I corrected the man's punctuation. But I said our name to myself, opening my mouth wide for the organ blast of a trilling, my tongue for the drum roll of the R. Alvarez. How could anyone get Alvarez out of that orchestra of sound? At the hotel, my mother was Mrs. Alvarez, and I was little girl. As in, hey, little girl, stop riding the elevator up and down. It's not a toy. So you'll see here that I have some text evidence highlighted. So I would share with students, we're trying to identify some text evidence that identity is important to the narrator. And so you see here, I highlighted a couple sentences. I was too afraid I wouldn't be let in if I corrected the man's punctuation, but I said our name to myself, opening my mouth wide for the organ blast. So this is evidence that shows that the narrator values her name, and that's part of her identity, part of her culture. And so what I would instruct students, now you're going to have some minutes, 6-7 minutes, to read a few paragraphs and find some text evidence that shows uh, what's important for as far as culture or identity for this narrator.